So I'm sure you've seen by now that AI is literally taking over the internet and it's got everyone talking. And some of those conversations happen to be of how we can actually begin using these new AI tools to actually start making money online. So with all these new ideas floating around online, I've decided that I'm going to dedicate the next 30 days to actually trying one of these methods and seeing if we can make any money. And this idea is to create a whole new YouTube channel that uses AI to generate all of our video titles, the entire scripts for our videos, and to produce the voiceovers and the subtitles. And then all that's left to do is just go ahead and edit the video together and post it to YouTube. And this is what we call a faceless or automation YouTube channel, which is essentially where someone runs the channel as a business and actually outsources all the work to freelancers, so like script writers, voice actors, video editors, and graphic designers. But instead of paying for freelancers and hiring people, I'm going to try and use AI for as much of the process as possible, and then anything that AI can't do, I will try and do it myself. So for those of you who have always wanted to start a channel but have perhaps been frightened of putting yourself out there or just sitting down in front of a camera and talking, this could be the perfect opportunity for you to try your hand at YouTube. But before we kick things off and get underway with our new channel, we first need to understand what sort of niche we actually want to target. And typically most people will instinctively go for a niche that they already watch and have interest in, and this does of course make sense because you'll find more enjoyment out of making those videos to that specific niche. But for the purpose of this challenge and the fact that we're trying to make the most money we possibly can from this channel, I'm going to go ahead and target the finance and business niche because these videos typically have the highest CPM, which means we'll have a higher potential of making more money without needing any crazy amount of views. And having just looked around on YouTube, I think I may have found a video style that will actually suit our AI voiceovers. And I'm thinking to try and replicate this same style as the Cold Fusion and Economics Explained videos, but also with a mix of the Magnates Media and James Janney style documentary videos as well. And I'm hoping this style of video will actually fix my biggest concern, which is whether people will actually sit through and listen to an AI voiceover without feeling weird about it and wanting to click off as soon as they realize it's actually AI doing the talking. Because I'm betting on the idea that these videos rely more on the visual representation rather than just a long script being read to someone. But now let's create our new YouTube channel. And to do this, we're going to need a new channel name, image, banner, and email. And because we're trying to rely on AI as much as possible, I've gone ahead and actually asked ChatGPT to come up with a new channel name for me. And based on the ideas it's generated for me, I've decided to go with the name Money 101, which I think is a simple and memorable name which could work well. And again, trying to use AI for as much of the process as possible, I'm going to take this name over to Midjourney and see if it can generate a new logo for us. And after spending the last 5 to 10 minutes inside of Midjourney just putting in loads of different prompts and generating loads of different logos, I can't seem to create one that looks professional enough. So instead, I'm going to head over to Canva so we can create our new image and banner over there. And using some of the templates that Canva has to offer, I was also able to create our new channel banner as well. And I also signed up to YouTube, which means we now have a channel live and ready to go. So all that's left for me to do is get to work and make our first video. So first thing we're going to need for our video is a title to start from. So here I've just gone ahead and asked ChatGPT to write me a list of 50 different title ideas that expose the dark truth of finance and business topics. Because videos that expose negative theories and have a sense of drama to them typically do better than positive videos, which is why every time you watch the news, majority of it will be negative headlines. But from this list, I'm going to go with the ugly truth about student loans, how they are holding us back. Now, to make this more dramatic, I've asked ChatGPT to rewrite it and make it more dramatic and intriguing. And from this list, I'm going to finalize on the looming debt crisis, the dark side of student loans. Now, from here, I can begin generating my video script. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write me an outline for a documentary style script based on my title. Now with a whole outline and separate chapters to work with, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to actually individually script out each chapter one by one. And the reason we're generating this script by individual chapters is because if you ask ChatGPT to write out the whole script in one go based on your title, it's going to be very short and concise and it won't touch on any of the important points at all. But it's going to save me so much time trying to do it myself, and it's also going to save me a lot of money from hiring a freelancer on Fiverr where they typically charge around $25 per script. After around 20 to 30 minutes, I managed to get ChatGPT to write out each chapter and section, and with a few small adjustments and edits made here and there, I now have an entire video script. So the next step is our voiceover, and for this I am going to be using a website called Murf.ai, and they are generally known to be one of the best AI voice generator websites. And the plan that I'm going to be using throughout this challenge is the Pro plan, which costs around $39 a month, and this gives us access to all of their pro voices, which obviously sound the best. And if we compare this to how much it would cost us to hire a voice actor on Fiverr just to do this one video script, which is around 1,400 words, they would typically be charging us anywhere between $30 to $50, and that's just for one video. Whilst with the Murf plan, we can generate around 20 voiceovers a month, assuming each video is around 10 minutes long. Now, granted, the quality would be far better if we went through Fiverr, as these people do it for a living, and they obviously have a natural human voice, and that's obviously going to be AI voiceovers any day. But seeing as we want to minimize costs as much as possible, I think the AI voiceovers will be just fine. So now inside of the Murf website, I've just created a blank project, and I've just spent the past few minutes listening to all the different voiceovers they have, and I think I'm going to go with my man Hugh here, because his voice has that dramatic and documentary sound that I'm looking for. And after spending less than a minute just copying the script over into Murf, I can now get an idea of how this voiceover will sound with our script. So let's play it here.
But the consequences of student loan debt extend far beyond the individual level.
And I think that sounds pretty good, and as long as there's good visuals throughout the video that represent what the script is trying to say, then I probably wouldn't even be fazed by the fact that this is an AI voice. But for the next 10 minutes or so, I am just going to listen to the whole voiceover and make sure that it's pronounced everything correctly, because sometimes you do find that the AI bot can't pronounce certain words, so you have to go in and edit the words by putting a space or a line in between, and I think this is a pretty good example.
And it's not just families, the broader economy is feeling the effects of this crisis.
Yeah, so I'm going to get to fixing that.
Student loans can also be felt by families. Dream has also played a role in shaping policy. There are potential solutions like debt forgiveness or restructuring. The good news is that there are solutions that can make a difference.
Now the voiceover is as good as it can be, I'm going to go ahead and export it out of Murf, and we can finally begin the final phase of our video, which is putting it all together and the editing process. Now, when it comes down to editing, we're going to be using loads of different stock footage and clips from online to actually build up the visuals to match our voiceover. And here I'm going to be using Premiere Pro, as I already happen to be using it for my own videos. But if you don't have access to somewhere like Premiere Pro, you can always just use your video editing tool that comes with your Mac or your Windows, or you can obviously go online and you can download a third-party editing software as well. Or you can actually go to somewhere like Canva and use their video editor, as that actually comes with their website as well.
Over the country's economic landscape, with over $1.7 trillion in outstanding student loans.
But seeing as I'm going to be using Premiere Pro, for the next hour or so, I'm just going to be editing as much of the video as I possibly can. It's been about an hour now, and most of that time has been spent adjusting the audio effects to try and make the voiceover sound faster paced and more dramatic, and I'll quickly play you the intro just to show you the before and after.
In America, the student loan debt crisis is looming large over the country's economic landscape. In America, the student loan debt crisis is looming large over the country's economic landscape.
And my plan is to have this video finished by tomorrow morning, that way we can have it uploaded to YouTube by the end of the day, and this will mark the first day of this 30-day challenge. So that will be all for this one, but in the next video I upload, I will show you the remainder of the video creation process, which will be the thumbnail, the title, the description, the tags, and we'll also upload our first video to YouTube. We'll also try and figure out how we can actually start to make some money from this channel without yet being monetized. So make sure to subscribe to keep up with future videos on this mini series. And if you want to try this challenge alongside me while you're watching these videos, you can use the links down in the description and they will direct you to all the same websites that I'm using to create my own AI videos. But anyway, that is going to wrap up this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and bye for now. Peace.